and we have a Christian representative here, and we're talking about the Unite the Kingdom protest that's actually going to be occurring May the 16th, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Which is being led by a variety of people. A few people are based here in Speaker's Corner as well. So we have prominent personalities like Bob of Speaker's Corner, Chris of Speaker's Corner. Do you know any other names that come here regularly? That
I have to be honest with you, I don't know specifically individually who will attend, but I know many people from the ecumenical Christian nationalist movement are in support of this and may well attend and have attended in the past,
Okay, and we're going to be speaking about one particular individual who's going to be leading the Unite the Kingdom protests called Ricky Dulan. So for those of you who aren't aware, Ricky Dulan was a person who was living a really rough life, and he claims he came across the cross, he converted to Christianity, and he is the person that actually converted Tommy Robinson to Christianity. There was an interview with Ricky Dulan where he stated that openly, that the reason why Tommy Robinson is a Christian is because he visited him when Tommy Robinson was locked up in a cell. So this individual, Ricky Dulan, he's a very prominent person in the Unite the Kingdom protests. He's actually leading it alongside Tommy Robinson. He's a main figure in the Unite the Kingdom protests, and we have a Christian here who wants to say some stuff about the theological issues she has with Ricky Dulan.
Yeah, so first of all, a couple of years ago at Speaker's Corner, myself and other people, we challenged Bob on the connection with Ricky Dulan, who is one of the main pastors that will pray at the United Kingdom protest, because he leads the worship music at the rallies, and his Spirit Embassy Church will be there, and they're a prosperity church led by a false prosperity teacher called Uebert Angel. And I challenged Bob along with others on to why do you have this individual who not only is a prosperity teacher, but he has also been involved with alleged money laundering through Dubai, out of all places. Imagine, they speak against Islam, against Muslims, but yet they've been caught on camera. There is a documentary, full series called Gold Mafia on Al Jazeera on YouTube, where you can see Ricky Dulan and Uebert Angel, his mentor pastor, involved with money laundering. Now, Bob, when I presented these allegations to him, even though I wasn't the one who discovered this, said that Ricky Dulan should sue me. Of course he didn't sue me. He should sue Al Jazeera. Of course he didn't. Now, fast forward 2026, Ricky Dulan has been exposed by Bob himself, by the way, on X as being a modalist. Now, you may think, what is a modalist? A modalist is somebody who denies the Trinity. So it would be anti-Trinitarian. So it would be classed as a heresy according to, let's say, mainstream Christian theology, and including Bob himself. A few months ago, he challenged Orlando and Jude in here as heretics. But we are yet to hear Bob call out modalism in the United Rally as a heresy, to distance himself from this, because there is too much at stake. Many of Bob's followers are Tommy Robinson's followers.
So,
are you here to jump in and make a defense?
For those who aren't aware, modalism is
of course
it's a type of Christianity, supposed Christianity, which denies the Trinity.
Exactly.
So it denies Jesus not being God, not being the Father. Okay, so the false prophet that Amy mentioned, so it's a person called Uebert Angel. Now, this is a figure in Zimbabwe who claims to perform miracles. He's claimed to cure people from cancer. He claims to have moved the moon back and forth. And Ricky Dulan has supposedly testified on camera that he saw this miracle take place under this false prophet, Mr. Angel. Mr. Angel, he lives in Zimbabwe, but he has a British passport. And from my knowledge, he has a British passport, allegedly.
Yeah, he does. He does. I mean, obviously, I don't know in person, but as far as I know, he's a British citizen, right?
Yeah, and so he's been claiming to do all these miracles. He follows the prosperity gospel, as Amy mentioned.
Yeah, asking the church, sorry to interrupt you, asking poor people especially, give me money and God will bless you. This is a gross misquoting of scripture. It's very evil, and this is not Christianity, sorry.
So Mr. Angel, he flies around in a helicopter to these meetings with big groups of people, poor people in Zimbabwe, where he's in Malawi and all these areas in Africa, Southern Africa, where he's asking for money from them when he's flying in a helicopter, when he's living the rich life. And the reason he's asking money from them is because he's saying, if you give me money, you will be rewarded with money.
Yeah.
He claims he's performed miracles where he's relieved people of their debts. He's claimed to perform miracles where people have suddenly had money appear in their bank accounts, and he claims that's a miracle that he's performed.
Yeah.
And this is the person, just to really make it hammer it in for you guys, this false prophet Angel who lives in Zimbabwe and claims to be a prophet is the person that the United Kingdom people are following, because Ricky Dulan is leading the United Kingdom protests, and Ricky Dulan says, I'm paraphrasing Ricky Dulan on Mr. Angel. He says, Mr. Angel
is my spiritual father.
Is my spiritual father and is the greatest Christian I know, and he follows his church, the Spirit Assembly Church.
Yeah.
So if you're going to the United Kingdom protests, be aware of the fact that it's being led by a false prophet from Zimbabwe called Ricky Dulan.
Yeah, who is anti-Trinitarian, who is a prosperity teacher, who is a modalist, and so I lost my train of thought.
No, it's fine.
I need to. So yeah, and also, you know, Uebert Angel is a British subject, as far as I know, but he left the UK after he has been exposed with his alleged money laundering, and we're not talking about thousands of pounds. We're talking about hundreds of millions. You know, he's been exposed, and he said that he was a diplomat for the dictator. You know,
in Zimbabwe.
He boasted that as a diplomat, I can fly into countries and my bags will not be checked. Like, he's proper corrupt. And
Allegedly.
one of the members of the Lord in the UK said, you know, questioned the government and said, why don't you investigate these people who have been exposed on camera, you know, doing these things? And you know, the response was, oh, it's outside our jurisdiction, which sounds very either negligent or corrupt, if I'm honest with you. And so the reason why we do this, because a lot of people be like, oh, how can you as a Christian stand with a Muslim? Why? You know, me and Tay. I'm not very good with names, I'm really sorry. Me and Tay, we obviously don't agree theologically, but one thing I don't want is for unbelievers, well, I would class as unbelievers according to my faith, to associate Christianity with Tommy Robinson, to associate Christianity with the ecumenical movement. You know, the true Christianity is what Jesus presented. It's about being born again, and it is not about hating people, and it is not about fraudulently defrauding people. And let's not forget, Tommy Robinson has been jailed many times for fraud and for other things. You know, he's not, you know, and his son has been seen on, you know, a private jet, you know, flying on a private jet, wearing a Rolex, because he's conning people. He's like, I'm poor, the ISIS are after me, and the next thing you see him in America living a lavish lifestyle. And people have come out and said that actually he enjoys being in this situation so that he can get money from people. He's a proper con man.
Yeah, and sorry, just to add to the accusations that have been against Mr. Angel on gold smuggling and the like, it's allegedly. There's also been some sexual misconduct allegations against Mr. Angel as well, which I thought would be important to share, allegedly. He was accused of requesting nude photos from a female congruent via social media. This was in the Al Jazeera report that Amy referenced earlier. And he, according to the Zim Eye, he reportedly admitted to moral failure but denied criminal wrongdoing for that context. So this is a man who has been accusations and allegations of money laundering.
There was even
allegations apparently
in Africa,
of that as well, sexual misconduct, a false prophet, very obvious false prophet that anyone who's going to the United Kingdom rally is going to be following because he's leading that. And that's
and
what
they're
we want.
modalists, and this is the thing, I presented this information to Bob 2 years ago, so it's not like it's new. But what is new is that his modalist is equivalent, being a modalist is the equivalent of shirk. It's not the same thing, but it's as bad as shirk. And so, you know, you have to, I hope somebody will ask Bob, you know, why are you not calling out Ricky Dulan, whom you were defending 2 years ago? Why are you not warning Tommy Robinson in public? Why are you staying quiet? Why? Because in the end, money pays more than serving God. According to the Bible, you know, you're supposed to make a choice between money and God, and he's choosing money, obviously.
I appreciate the talk. Thank you to you and Jono.
Thank you. Okay, God bless you.
Take care.
Take care.
I'll do it quick. So I'll just do my talk here, if that's okay.
Sorry.
So brothers and sisters.